Three high schoolers, no offer, no system, nothing built.
Remember we had we closed one small client for $200, and then we went and had dinner, $150 dinner, and that we were negative for the next month.
180K cash collected in 90 days.
It really does become real, right? As I said, it feels like a video game. It feels like you're just, leveling up, you're doing these different things.
But to go somewhere you've ever gone is to do something you've ever done, right?
All right, guys, join with us today. We have three of our most successful clients from the agency at Acro Scaling. Three high schoolers burned by an agency prior, no offer, no system, nothing built, coming out the gate at 2K per month. Now, 3 months later, at 60K per month, 180K cash collected in 90 days, and a 24x return on ad spend. We're going to dive into their story, see where they started, see where they're at now, and see where they're looking to go. So that's the story. Gentlemen, welcome. Introduce yourselves. We have Neil.
Yeah, my name is Neil. It's nice to meet you guys.
My name is Sanuj. Nice to meet you.
My name is Harshal. Nice to meet you.
Harshal, okay, awesome. And just give us a quick backstory, you guys. Where are you from? How old are you guys? Business experience. Let us know where we're kind of starting off at.
Yeah, so I'm 17, senior in high school, no prior business experience. First thing I ever started. And yeah, now we're here.
Yeah, I actually just turned 17. I'm a junior in high school. Once again, no business experience whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm 18. I am a college dropout. I just graduated last year. No business experience before, and now we're here.
Okay, awesome. So just give us a quick rundown. What is Studycore? What do you guys do? How did you guys start it? And what did it look like, 3 months ago?
Yeah. Studycore is essentially a educational business for students looking to improve their SAT scores and get into better colleges and do better for their future. 3 months ago, we really didn't have anything in place. We were kind of scrambling around, word of mouth, locally, trying to help as many people as we could. Didn't really work out too well. Weren't able to help that many people.
It was just us hustling in WhatsApp group chats,
Yeah.
WeChat group chats, stuff like that.
Next door.
Yeah, anything we could find, get our hands on, we'll always be, trying to get that next student.
No system in place.
Yeah.
Okay. So how many students did you guys have 3 months ago?
Under 10.
Seven,
Under 10 for
seven,
sure.
Around
Yeah.
7, 8
September was we probably made 1.5K that month.
maximum.
Max. Not even. We were negative for the first
Yeah, you were negative.
I remember we had we closed one small client for $200, and then we went and had dinner $150 dinner, so that we were negative for the next month.
Okay, so obviously a big jump from where we are now. And what were you guys doing back then to get clients? Word of mouth, referrals, the group chats?
We didn't really have a sales process whatsoever. We didn't know a lot about ads and funnels, stuff like that. What we'd mainly just do is reach out to people on Nextdoor or any group chat WhatsApp group chats and kind of just give them free trials and kind of just hope that they would continue with us. But yeah, we didn't really have any system whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay. And obviously when we reached out, what was it that piqued your guys' interest about us?
We had tried meta ads before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did, and it did not work out too well. We really did not get any results. We had about 40 leads, nothing converted. It was all pretty trash, to be honest. And in the back of my mind, when I saw the email, I honestly wanted to just learn more and see what you guys were doing in the way you did things, because obviously it didn't work for us in the past. So I reached out. We went through those calls. You kind of showed us everything you had. And everything in there was really interesting. There was an actual system behind it. There was actual a basis behind what you guys were doing. You guys weren't just throwing up ads and, giving us leads. The whole thing was there in place, which really interested us and actually gave us something that we could rely on month to month instead of, just going out, trying to get the next student however we could. That's what piqued my interest, honestly. At first, I really wasn't after seeing the email, I wasn't fully convinced, yeah, I'm going to go with you guys. But after we went through that call, after, we hopped on the Zoom meeting, and after you actually showed us everything, it became a lot more clear exactly what it is you guys were offering. And it just made a lot of sense for us to actually go through.
Okay,
and we kind of just thought when we saw the email, we're might as well just give it a shot, right? What could we lose? We just hop on that call. But, with this prior agency, I remember, we spent $900, and we off those 40 leads we were talking about, zero intent from those leads, and we barely got any responses, probably 2 or 3 responses from those leads, and no cash collected off that.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of the clients that kind of come to us, they're in a similar position where they either try some stuff in-house and it doesn't work, or they try an agency and it doesn't work. What would you guys say to them? What made you so convinced that meta ads could actually work for you?
I mean, we always knew that meta ads could work. I mean, we weren't really against the idea of the whole system. I mean, after the first time we tried it, we decided to not go all in on meta ads again because we had lost so much.
Yeah.
We kind of decided to take a break and like maybe in the future we were going to try it again. But I mean, for all the people that are kind of against meta ads because of their past experiences, I will say that, you know, there is like a proper way to do it and there is an improper way to do it. And if you are doing it in an improper way, you won't get results. And that's just how it is, right? So you can't really rule out the whole platform based off of that because people do get results. It's not like no one succeeds off meta ads. It just has to be done right with the, you know, correct ads and the correct system and correct sales process, and it will work. Without that, obviously it won't work, but there are so many people that are actually successful off of it. So, you know, for those people that are very, very skeptical, you know, if you actually go through the system, you will understand that it does make sense, and it logically does make sense that it would work.
Yeah.
And even on that first Zoom call with you, like, I kind of realized that, you know, coming into this, it wasn't just going to be, you know, an ads manager, right? What you actually get is, or what piqued my interest was you get a lot more than that. And especially what I think helped us mostly was the sales side of things, you know, working with the one-on-one sales coach. We were actually able to, you know, grow our business a lot more. And, you know, rather than the ads, you know, kind of just helping us get the leads in, actually refining that sales process really helped us grow our revenue, you know, 3x, 5x from the month before.
Yeah, fire. So like, what was the sales process like before? Like, obviously you guys were selling organic, so a lot of, you know, kind of tutors right now is word of mouth referrals. So they're used to people just kind of coming in the door and like ready to pay, right? So what were like some adjustments or things that you saw or like things that we kind of showed you that helped when it comes to like selling this cold traffic? You know?
Yeah, I mean, the first time when we were doing cold outreach, especially on Nextdoor or group chats, the way we would do it is we would kind of incentivize them with a free trial, and it would always get them to pay hourly, never a full one program. Honestly, we were still debating if we should do online or in person. Actually, we were leaning towards in person before we even started. Like, that's why, honestly, we got his like guest house.
I remember outside of my house, we have like a small outhouse, and you know, we actually have a table in there and a whiteboard and TV. We got everything like all set up in there.
Yeah.
But you know, we just sat there for like 2-3 months. We were barely getting any clients, and I think it was probably only used like 2 or 3 times.
Actually, I didn't even know.
Did we not show you?
No, he didn't show me that.
No, yeah, we used to have a setup in there. We used to do like a lot of free trials in there.
Yeah.
But I think the main thing that changed is like, one, they weren't just buying like hours of tutoring, right? They were buying an outcome for what they wanted. So whether that be like a score on a test or an outcome in their class or a score on the SAT or a certain college they wanted to get into, that's what they were actually buying into. And like before the free trial, like they could go with it, they could do the tutoring, but they didn't really have insight on like what the whole process looked like and what it would be. When we kind of switched to like a refined sales process, like a 2-call close, all of the pre-call stuff, all of that, it actually gave them more information on what they were actually buying into and what they were actually going forward with rather than just hours of tutoring that they could get anywhere else. And it really did help differentiate us a lot with what we were actually offering all of these families.
Yeah.
And I think the free trial just doesn't, it's something, but it doesn't build enough trust, you know, compared to the funnel and the pre-call information, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely, like hopping on a Zoom, walking them through exactly what they're getting, how they're getting it, like the platform, everything. It's not like an hourly rate anymore. Like remember back in Nextdoor, it was just we would just hope that they would like the tutor. Yeah, they would just we would just hope that they would like the tutor for the free trial and then keep going with us. Not really like a set in stone client.
Yeah,
and now
just spraying and praying DMs.
Yeah.
I mean, no, we would just hope they responded to begin with.
Yeah, not even we didn't have a response rate. Yeah, that was like a bare minimum. And then now we have like a set in, now we have a set in stone process, set in stone like intro demo, and that grew our business way better.
Fire. So like I think a lot of clients, a lot of the time, like when they come to us, it's like they don't know, they don't even know what a funnel is. They don't know like what an offer is, and I feel like you guys were like in the same boat.
Yeah, that was definitely
like,
us. We didn't know anything about it. It's like you opened us to a whole new world. That's what it feels like.
No, genuinely. Yeah.
How do you guys feel now, like knowing this like information, like now versus then? Like what's kind of like the main differences? Like knowing what a funnel is now. I know you guys obviously are running some other offers, you know, on your own businesses and stuff as well, like branching out from this. But like how has that kind of like helped you just in general, you know?
I mean, it really just gave us a much more systemized way of looking at things and actually being able to scale whatever it is you were doing, whether it be tutoring, whether it be anything else. Having this knowledge of like what a funnel is, what an offer is, all of this different stuff actually gives us the ability to like know what it is we're doing, track what it is we're doing, understand what isn't working and what was working. Previously, if we're just, throwing shots up on Nextdoor and not getting any responses, not getting any free trials, or even if we did get free trials, there's no way to like track, okay, how do we improve? Obviously, we can send more messages, but at the end of the day, it's only going to do so much because the area we were in was limited. But like with this, we actually have an understanding of like, what is the bottleneck in the business and what it is we need to fix and, what it is we need to improve. I mean, back then we really didn't have anything. We would just have some students, and like even then we're like, all right, we're cool with them being on an hourly rate. If they continue, they continue. If not, they don't. We really had nothing set in place to even keep those clients, get new clients, get our faces, get our names out there. With all of this knowledge, it's actually a lot more systemized and like exactly what it is we're doing.
Yeah.
And without this knowledge, it was like, it kind of just felt unreal to us. 50K months, 100K months, all of that it felt like it was so out of reach. But now with these systems, it's like we know exactly what we need to do and, how we need to scale to be able to get there.
Yeah, to be honest, it just feels like a real business. Like before, we were just hustling. We were just hoping for the next potential, like one-on-one hourly rate. That we didn't have any like goal in any mind, like where we're going. Neil was about to go to college. Like we're all like thinking about like we weren't even thinking that this was going to last, or we didn't have an idea of how business was in the first place.
So where does that like certainty come from now? Does it come from like having seen it? Does it come from like, I feel like sometimes you have to like touch something to know that it's real,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, like even then though, I feel every milestone we hit, every time we get to that milestone, like let's say, first time we worked with you, middle of March, like, so we had 2 weeks left of March. I think we collected like 9K until the end of March, right? And then we're like, all right, we hit 10K. And then it was like, then there's a whole new milestone to
What are you
hit.
talking about?
You mean December or January?
Or December, sorry.
okay.
Yeah,
Start
okay. Start over, bro.
Did I say a different month?
You said March.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
December. When we first started working with you, our ads went up like
10K
mid-December to the end of December,
Yeah.
like 9K, a little under 10K, and we're like, okay, we hit almost that 10K milestone, and now it's like there's a whole new milestone to hit, a bunch more stuff that we learned about. And so it's like, every time you hit it, it feels more real. So like even where we're at, like 80K this month, it's like, okay, the next milestone, 100K, 150K, 200K feels a lot more real. But then it's like that million a month, it doesn't feel out of reach. We know we can get there, but it's still like a daunting milestone. But like even just understanding the system now, like with what you said and having all this knowledge and understanding the system, we actually have an idea of what we need to do to get to that point, right? Like versus before, we were just doing whatever. We really had no idea how we were going to get to that point. We had no plan of action. We could say, oh, we want to do this, this, and this, but we didn't actually know how to do that, right? There was no backing to what we actually wanted to do or the steps we wanted to take because we didn't know what we had to do. But having knowledge on all of this actually gives us some sort of direction on like what to work on or what to do and what to implement to get to those milestones.
I feel like it's just numbers too, and like it's also just like data,
Yeah.
Like knowing your cost per call, knowing your close rate, like knowing all this stuff. A lot of tutors don't even know like what this stuff actually is because they're just kind of doing it themselves,
Yeah.
And then they can't even like. Could you guys imagine that people would pay like 3, 4, even like 10K for a package?
Never. We thought like the maximum was like 55 an hour, and even then we were like,
We didn't even think to be honest, we didn't even think of charging like packs.
yeah,
Like,
because
I didn't even think of that. Like no way someone's gonna pay for 10 classes up front.
Yeah.
Like we would just be like, and we'd do the class and then try to collect the payment after.
Yeah, and the way we were in ads.
And I think we talked about that, right? Like if you charge packages, we'll
Yeah.
have more cash flow. We'll have like more.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the way we ran ads before, it was like we were hoping for that hourly rate too for those leads.
Yeah.
We're not even trying to sell packages. We're trying to sell hourly rates to those leads, and they still didn't close.
Yeah.
We had 40. What was it? 40 something.
And I mean the other agency that we're working for, like we were trying to run a targeted campaign just to like in the Bay Area and California. We were getting leads in like New York and Florida and stuff like that. So I mean, that was completely all over the place. But
I mean, even the leads we were getting were not high intent at all. We had like a simple instant form, did not work. Like I'd call these people, they'd be like, I don't remember filling this out. Like, I don't remember doing this. What do you mean? I don't want SAT prep. Like a lot of people didn't respond. We didn't even have the sales process to go with it. Like I do feel like the marketing is one side of it, but it's like then you need the sales process to actually convert those people coming in, right? Which we didn't have either parts of it. Like the marketing wasn't even there to begin with. The sales process was just non-existent. So obviously we weren't really converting anyone. But yeah, I mean, it is a huge difference now, like with both pieces of those, like actually tracking this stuff. I feel like even without tracking this stuff, even without having all this stuff in place, like it is very, very difficult to charge those prices because even the person paying for it, there's no backing behind it, right? Like they don't even see the value in it because, you know, you're just a person who's just, you know, putting stuff out there and it's like, okay, why would I pay you 4K? I don't know who you are. I don't know anything. You don't even know like what your numbers are. So, you know, how can you expect them to pay that much to you?
How does it, I remember when you guys had the sheet, so I think you guys went to a sales training, I believe. We had one or something.
Mm-hmm.
The first lead that closed was actually an organic lead, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And they bought the package?
Yeah.
They bought a package.
So like literally like after we talked, you telling us about, you know, selling packages and kind of laying down the sales process on us. I think a couple days after
We got our first close.
Yeah, because we officially began like end of November, I believe, because it was around 2 weeks before ads went up. It was like December 1st or December 3rd around there that we got that first close for $1,200. And even that $1,200 now, it's like we can charge our packages a lot more because like with all this stuff and our program so we're fine, now we can charge more. But even back then, it was like the feeling of getting that $1,200 was something that we'd never even had
first
before.
time, it was like, it kind of just showed us like this whole thing is real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, what is the moment that it became real for you? I think for me, it was like when I closed my first, like when I actually had my first cold call and the guy answered and then he hopped on a Zoom and he signed up that night and I was like just walking around just geeking in my room. Like, and he paid like, I think he paid like $1,500 or something. It was like a month.
Mm-hmm.
So like, when did you guys realize like it was real and like, you know, you weren't getting scammed? I wasn't going to just run away with your money.
So December 3rd, we got that first organic close and I think ads went up like December 15th, 2025. And then I think around 10 days after we went on winter break, right?
Yeah.
And that winter break, we like literally there was like a 3 or 4 day span where we were just we got to close every day, and it was like we made like $7K that week itself, like, you know, right before the end of the month, and our whole month ended up being like $9,000. So literally that whole month was literally made in those 3 or 4 days, and I think that's when I kind of felt like, yo, like no way, like, we're actually doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. That's fire. I know our first month ROAS was like 22x. Which was obviously like insane. Every dollar we put in, we got 22 back, which is tough. And what's it like to have been running this? Like, obviously, the two of you guys are super young. Big Shilly, you're young. What's it like to have been running this in high school, you know?
I mean, honestly, it was like pretty stressful, especially like earlier on, because like we come from a very, very like academic school. It is difficult. Like the courses we take are extremely difficult. Like I take 2-year-long classes, so it's like the same junior and senior year, same classes. It's like very difficult classes. So it was pretty stressful, like balancing school and balancing this and like college and all that different stuff, college apps. It was very, very stressful. It was difficult, but I think like when we got to that point and it was working, like this doesn't even feel like work anymore, right? It's like when you, like for a lot of people, like,
that's so true.
Like a lot of kids, like, you know, they're going home and they're playing video games. Like this feels like a game to us, right? It's like, you know, you're doing all these things. It's like you're leveling up, but like, it doesn't really feel like work. So it's like, you know, of that time I'm putting into school and all this other stuff that is a little bit stressful and a little bit tiring for me. It's like, I get to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and like every close we get, just like, it's adding more fire to the fuel, like, you know, getting us... adding more fuel to the fire, you know, getting us ready for work every day, and it doesn't even feel like work. Like it's just like we'll get it closed and we'll all hop on a call and like, you know, we'll just be having fun.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like when I was in college, I was actually in college like early January. I was in Calc 2. I was in like 4 or 5 different college classes. They were so like stressful, so like demanding. And then I decided, like, once I saw some actual progress, I saw, like, actual closes, that's when I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go all in. Then I dropped out, and then I've been doing this, and we've just been vibing. Like, not even work. Yeah.
How does this feel like? Because honestly, like, obviously we don't take on, like, tons and tons of clients, but the ones we do take on, like, how do you guys feel about, like, the agency that you had in the past versus, like, our relationship? You can just kind of dive into, like...
I mean, I feel like...
I mean, obviously you guys are here, you're in New York, we're hanging out and stuff, but, like, how does this feel, like, different from, like, other agencies or other people and stuff you've done in the past, you know?
I mean, for the agency in the past, it just felt like that person who was running it was willing to take on anybody and everybody, just wanted cash, didn't really care about the outcome of the business.
They didn't feel like an expert. Like, you know, when we're talking to you, like, even when we have concerns about something or, you know, something's going wrong, I feel like when we talk to you, you kind of just like laid down on us and walk us through things, and
He's glazing it.
Our past agency, like, yeah, he felt like a rookie, right? Like, he was very, very young, too. He was a person we knew in school who was doing this, too. He did feel pretty inexperienced, and, like, even the concerns we did have, like, it really did not feel like anything was being done to kind of, because the thing is, he took, like, a small retainer, and then he also wanted 1% of what we made on top of that. It really did not feel, like, too professionally done. The ad quality was pretty low. It didn't really feel like anything that, like, even looking at it, like, you could tell the quality of the work that was being done. Like, it wasn't anything like, we're really gonna scale it with this. Compared to now, it's like it's really a lot more, like, I guess you could say, like, technical. We're tracking a lot more stuff. We actually have certain milestones we're looking to hit, instead of just, like, looking for a close or a certain number of closes. Like, it's a lot more professional in terms of, like, we're actually tracking this stuff. We're looking on what to improve on. We have these concerns, and we're actually looking to fill those gaps in and fix them. That way we could grow even more.
What do you feel about, like, the vibes, though? like honestly, like, just describe the nature of our relationship.
I feel like
because, like, a lot of times, like, clients come to us and they're like, we just felt like we're like a cog in a machine,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you guys feel like that? Like,
no.
Whenever we have, like, a call, or whenever we're talking about something, even, like, what we need to get done, it's just like we're talking to a friend, right?
Yeah.
Like, the same way that we would talk to each other, we're just talking to you like that.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
we're all part of, like, a friend group. You know what I mean?
What about John Paul?
Oh
No, yeah, even the team members are great too. Like, I feel like everyone on the team does have vibes. Even Charles Tiala, he called me up yesterday. He called me up yesterday, and he had vibes too.
He called you?
Yeah, because I
He called you?
wanted the ads fixed,
Wait,
right?
what?
And so I added John Paul. He's like, no, Charles Tiala can do that. So he called me up.
No way.
And so, yeah, we had, like, a quick call. But I think everyone on the team is, like, they're very personable. It's not like, you're just talking to someone that's just getting work done and, like, okay, I need this, that. And, okay, I'll do this, that,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah,
like,
what other agency are going to be vibing with the VAs, man?
Yeah,
like-
that's so true.
Yeah,
No, but the
no.
past agency, it felt like, no, we would actually, like, dread talking to him. we would like not want to look forward to, because it's always like, oh, please get this done, please, like, begging.
Yeah.
And then he would never deliver, never do anything. It was just, there's no vibes.
no vibes at all.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to Charles, bro. What are these guys doing on their free
Yeah,
time?
he said his
bro?
wedding was good.
You talked to him about the wedding too?
Yeah,
No,
I
because
was
he
like,
picked up, we're
congrats.
like, congrats on the wedding. He was like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
yeah, thank you, brother. And he was like, on these ads, what do you need done? Is it just on the copy? And I was like, yeah, on the images, I need them fixed. He was like, all right, sounds good. It was a quick call. It wasn't anything.
Actually, jokes.
Is those done yet, by the way?
Hmm?
Are those ads done yet, by the way?
Yeah,
Oh, I bet.
100%. Gosh, trying to cheese me live. How do you feel about? So, okay, obviously, like, what is it like having this much? No glaze. What does it feel like having this much motion, like in school though? Like, do your peers know, like, you're running the biz? Like,
No, they don't.
obviously,
like
I
our
know you guys have
friends
taken
group-
calls and stuff during school.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, I'll be very honest. Like,
How's it
okay,
change your perspective? Like,
yeah, it does change my perspective a lot. I feel like it's not like, I'm way better off than anyone else in my school, because they're also doing great things. Like, they're also, going to great colleges and stuff like that. But I really, like, keep to myself a lot about this. Like, I don't try to put it out there. I go to a pretty small school. And I know, like, a lot of people in the school probably look at me different, because it's not like, I'm going down the same path as they are. I'm going down a slightly different path. Even some teachers understand it, some don't. I mean, it really does change my perspective. Like, when you're at a point like this, like, doing something entrepreneurial compared to, like, going down a route that a lot of people are doing. Like, when you were younger, it's kind of like, it's just for select people. Like, it's not really, like, real. Like, it's not really possible. But it's like, once you actually get down in the trenches and actually begin, it really does become real, right? Like, as I said, it feels like a video game. It feels like you're just, leveling up. You're doing these, like, different things. It doesn't really feel like, like, all right, if I have to sit down and study for a chemistry test, I'm there grinding all this stuff. But it's like, if I'm doing this, it's not like work to me, It's like I'm actually trying to do something to, like, scale it and improve where I'm at right now. So it does change my perspective a lot. But, again, like, I don't really tell too many people about it. Like, I don't want to put it out there too much.
Yeah.
How do your parents feel about it?
My parents, like, at first, they definitely still wanted me to go to college. When I told them I dropped out, that was like a big
you
event.
just
in my
dropped
house.
out? You didn't even tell them before?
No.
Oh, my God.
But I went to my college counselor and I said, I have this business making $60K a month. That was the first month, right? And then, do I still go to college? I asked, do I still go to college? She said, college will always be there. I heard that. Went on my phone, dropped all my classes that day, and I went home and I told my dad I dropped out. They were so, like, mad because they didn't know, right? It was so hard for them to understand that something like this is possible.
Yeah.
Because for my parents, they're very successful. Of course, they came from very different roots, like in India, and they made it to America. They make a good amount of money, software engineers. But their biggest concern was some safety or some backup, right?
Yeah.
But this feels like it's not even like, of course, the money's great, but it's not even about the money. It's like I'm working towards bettering myself, bettering like our business, and it feels real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
you can go ahead first.
Oh yeah, so my dad is actually a business owner himself. So you know, while we were kind of growing the business, I used to like talk to him, you know, get advice from him. He actually help us, you know, set up the business in the first place.
Yeah.
So you know, he kind of knew all the steps. He knows everything about our business, and he is very supportive. Obviously, as he is a business owner himself. And I feel like, but you know, before it was like he kind of was like uncertain about me, you know, because I'm not even, to be honest, I'm not really that good at school either. So he was just like uncertain, and he would just see me like even like last year when I used to just, you know, go out with friends or like play the video games. I felt like he was a little bit uncertain about me and, you know, stuff like that. But now it's kind of like he knows that I'm gonna be good, and like he supports me, and you know, so does my my mom.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's a little bit different. Like, I'm still in high school. You know, a lot, like my parents, they don't really like fully understand the scope and like the possibilities of where I'm at, right? Like, for example, let's say you're just starting, you say like, okay, so you're at 10K a month, but they don't understand the scalability of what you're doing, right? So it's kind of like that. I mean, they sometimes, you know, don't see like my priorities in what I'm doing, right? Like if I prioritize this over something else, right? I mean, I still like keep up with all my school stuff as best I can. But you know, they like, my dad he understands what I'm doing. My mom is a little bit more like traditional in the sense of like, she kind of has like an idea of like what she expects me to do and all of that. So it is a little bit difficult, but like, I just try my best to like keep my priorities and like satisfy both aspects of it. So I'm able to manage it, but you know, it's a little bit of a different story.
Yeah. So I think that's a huge thing too, is like actual mindset, you know? Like, I remember when I started this agency, I was obviously like working as a tutor and stuff, and
You started while you were tutoring still?
Yeah. And I was basically watching videos for like a whole year, and it wasn't until something like happened that I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna lock in and like actually buy this course, that first course that I bought. But what do you think it takes? Like, there's so many people that are on the fence about like they want to get started, they want to do this thing, they have entrepreneurial dreams or whatever it is, they want to just drive Bugattis and be on yachts. Like,
Look at me.
what do you think it takes like to actually to get like what got you over the hump of getting started? You know, like you tell them about like even like when we first started, right? The contract that we made had like 15 different refund clauses, but like what ultimately was like, okay, we're actually gonna do this, you know? Like, did you think about like where the future you would be? Did you think about like what you wanted for your life that you couldn't get from school? Like, what made you like actually, okay, let's actually give this a shot, you know?
I mean, for me, it was like we were so focused on the refund, like it wasn't working. Like we were like so focused on that, but then once we saw the dream and we like saw, not even success, we just
I feel
saw
like
the
the
vision.
weekend, like after the first close, I was good.
No, not even the first close. It was like for me, it was like once we saw like a set out systematic plan. It's like it's stupid not to do it. You know what I mean? Like we were just hustling and bustling, like we weren't doing anything.
And I feel like I was kind of thinking about like, okay, we had our call. And I was thinking about it myself, and I was thinking about where we were at as a business, and you know, we would just try something. It just felt like we were just taking shots in the dark, and we didn't know what was going on, right? But I feel like, you know, with these systems and stuff, we know exactly what we need to do, and you know where we're gonna be. Even though like obviously everything's not gonna be set in stone. It's like you kind of have like a guideline.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, like a lot of people, the way they look at it is they'll kind of, I don't know how it is for you, like when you're, you know, talking to someone and about them getting started, but it's like
We're scared mostly.
yeah, they are very, very scared, and they're also sometimes like, you know, I don't have to do this because I can get there on my own without putting that investment in. And you know, like we probably would have felt the same way. Like, yeah, we probably would have gotten to like the 80K mark on our own, but it's like, what are the chances of getting there in a certain time frame, working with you versus not working with you, right? Like it's a lot higher. And it also is like coming from someone that has helped so many people in the past get to that point. Like you had shown us some testimonials, like, you know, a lot of people, like the previous person we worked with, he was like, oh, I can't show you the other people I work with because like, you know, they signed this stuff. Like you were very transparent. Yeah, but you were very transparent about like what you had done and like who you've worked with and like you know, what success is realistic for us and like what that timeline actually looks like. And I mean, like for anyone that like in general that like has like entrepreneurial dreams that actually wants to get into it, you know, it really doesn't mean that you have to like drop everything you're doing and go fully all in to begin with, right? And like I think that's something that a lot of people see, like, okay, to get started I have to drop everything I'm doing, right? Like for me, like I was in school, it wasn't like I just, you know, got F's in all my classes and went all in. You know, like you can kind of start slow once you see the traction building up. Like even when we were at that 50K a month part, like I still was on the fence of exactly which path I wanted to go on, right? But it's like once you kind of get a foot in the door and you kind of see what it actually looks like, then you can make that decision. But if you never put that foot in the door, you never make that first step, you'll never be able to get there in the first place, right?
Yeah, I mean, for us, like I was never even thinking about 80K months. Like that wasn't even like without like a systematic plan or whatever.
We didn't think about 80K years.
We didn't even think, 80K
That's
years.
real. That's actually real.
We didn't think about 10K
That's
months.
so real, bro.
Like revenue, it was bad.
Everyone talks about that 10K per month, but like really, that's not really anything.
It's nothing.
10K is nothing. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, like people see 10K and it's like 10K for myself. But when you're actually running a business, it's like you're not just getting that 10K. Like you could have the revenue and then what do you have? Like you
even
have your ad
10K
spend.
for yourself, like
even 10K,
it's
that's like when you.
I mean, the thing
It's not
is
to
when you
downplay, but yeah, it's like there's like if you can do 10K, you can do more.
exactly. It's like once you hit that milestone, you're opened up to a whole new world where it's like you're not satisfied with that 10K. And like obviously, you know, when you first start, you're like, I want to hit that 10K a month goal. But like once you actually hit it, there's a lot more out there for you to actually go out and do. And I feel like once you get into it, you're hooked. Like
exactly,
you
like you get that
realize
10K.
there's like levels to it.
Yeah, you get that 10K and you want to reinvest in other programs or whatever. You just want to reinvest your money. It's not even about like buying anything expensive or whatever. Like, have we even bought anything expensive?
I feel like our perspective also changed a lot. You know, after when we went with you and we kind of saw some success, you know, even within the first 10, 15 days, it kind of just opened up our mind to like, before I was always like big on, you know, just thinking, oh, mentorships and courses are always a scam.
Yeah.
Like that everything is a scam. You know, why would I need to work with pay $4,000 for like information you can get on like YouTube or Google or anything like that?
Yeah.
But that kind of just opened up my mind, and you know, obviously anyone, like to be honest, anyone can go figure something out, and you will be able to do it. It's just a matter of how much time that's gonna take and how much grinding you really have to do yourself.
Yeah, I think that's so true. Like, why do you think people are so like scared to, like, why did you have the belief that like it's a scam and that kind of stuff?
I mean, I
Stuff
felt like, online, like you'd see like a lot of like, you know, course sellers and stuff like that, and even just like the stigma around that, like everyone just called like course selling, like they haven't even made money themselves, and you know the way they make money is like ripping people off. So I just kind of just seeing so much of that, and then honestly, like it did, like even before it all felt so unreal to me. Like it's like so out of reach, like 100K a month, like dude, how are people doing that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's real. So what does it look like? What does the business look like now? Like, okay, so we started off no clients. Now we're at 80, 100K per month. What has changed from like then to now? Obviously, back then you guys were tutoring. Do you guys still tutor? Talking about the team process. Like, what are the challenges that you're facing now that you weren't facing then? You know, when it comes to like the team and the product and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, back then it was really just us three hustling, right? And like now we're out of most processes. Like, you know, as we grew, like, you know, one by one, we would have people kind of come in and help us with these processes because we can't really handle everything ourselves at the end of the day. It is impossible, and it's really, really hard to grow that way. I mean, now we do face challenges in the sense of like people we work with. You know, sometimes they're not as invested in the business as we are. Sometimes there is like operational issues and stuff like that. Like now we're fully out of all the processes. So like all of the, you know, tutoring not done by us. We have a team of tutors. All of like the sales not done by us. We have sales reps. All of the program management not done by us. So again, like everything is really, we're kind of out of the process where now we're really making decisions and kind of doing all the work we can to put systems in place to make product as good as possible and the teams that we have on hand as good as possible just to help us grow as much as possible. Which are obviously issues we didn't have to face because we didn't even have those people to deal with in the past.
We didn't even know about it. We didn't even know
Payroll.
like we could hire like setters or closers or anything. We're
It's
just
like a whole
hustling.
new world. Like that's we talk about that so much. It's like we're almost introduced to a whole new world of like, you know, the sales, high ticket sales, stuff like that. Like we never even knew about all this stuff.
Yeah, we always thought like selling something for more than $1,000 was impossible. Like that was like
like no way
magic.
people are like getting on 40-minute calls and actually paying for something that's $2,000. Like that was Did you feel like that, you know, when you were starting Acros?
Honestly, I think I was more so like I feel like I knew it was possible,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if I could do it. You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I know other people could. Like obviously people were doing it, but honestly, the first call I had for a program, it was a fire sales rep. We're still boys to this day, and he walked me through the whole process. And at that point in time, like I had no bread. I was still like tutoring and stuff, and he signed me up for a 10K package. I think I paid it at like 1K per month for like 10 months. But I literally, like, at the end of the call, I was like, there's nothing else that I can do, like, but this, you know?
Yeah.
Fire sales process. He walked through, like, why do you want to do this? What happens if you don't do this? Like, what do you want your life to look like? And it's like, that investment is ultimately, like, the best decision I ever made, you know?
Yeah. How
But-
much money have you personally spent on like mentorships and stuff like that?
That course was 10, 5, 15, probably, like, close to 50. Shout out to David. Probably like close to 50, but it's like you got to stop looking at it as like I'm just paying money away as opposed to like I'm gaining the skills to make more, you know? Like especially at the stage of the game that you're in, like if you can just increase your ROAS by 1x.
Mm-hmm.
For every dollar you spend, you're making like an extra $6 or $7 now, you know? For every like you're taking this information and you're doing things with it, you know? And that's why I think this is so like it's so rewarding because you were the only one, like you were in charge of your own fate, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No, genuinely.
Yeah.
You're like, you are taking the ship, like by the, whatever it is, bro.
The wheel?
Not the wheel, by the,
The
what
sales.
is shit, by the,
I don't know.
by the
It is
sales, by the sales.
sales.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're just showing like where you want to go, you know?
Isn't it usually like the bull by the horns?
Bull by, bull by the horns,
Yeah,
yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. And like you're just showing like where you want to go and like you're going to get yourself there through like, but sometimes there are people who are there who are ahead of you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And those people, if they're good, you know, they're gonna sell you like their information. They can get you there faster, you know.
It's
course.
starting to feel like we're on a Slack huddle right now.
I feel like I'm getting interviewed right now. So what would you say then to someone who's like, they're like on the fence about just like, you know, their business or like what they want in life? Like, what does your life look like now from just like fulfillment? Not that fulfillment, like from a fulfillment standpoint, and like what do you want to accomplish in the future? You know.
I mean, yeah, before, like, I mean, now we actually have something to work on for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, they kind of go down, you know, they do all of these actions, but I feel like a lot of that is what you're surrounded by, and they never really take time to reflect on what it is they actually want in life. Like, even me, I feel like when I was a little bit younger, like, I was the same way. Like, I never really took time to, like, stop and reflect on, like, what it is I actually wanted for my own life.
Yeah.
But, you know, being open to this whole world, it's like, and being able to, like, having the privilege to actually reflect on what it is I want for my life and actually take the action to go there, it changes a lot. And I feel like a lot of people that are kind of on the fence about going there, like, the first thing they really need to think about is, like, you know, how would they feel, like, because at the end of the day, the way I look at it, I don't want to get like philosophical, but it's like I don't want to like live my life and then like kind of end up with regrets.
Yeah.
Right? Like I really don't want to end up with regrets, and I feel like at the point I'm at right now, I really don't have too many regrets because, you know, whatever it is I really wanted to do, I really took action on it, and I did my best to get there, right? And I feel like I don't want to be at a point where I could kind of say to myself, you know, I'll do it later, or, you know, I'll finish college and then go into it and live with regrets when there actually is real risk involved, or whatever the case may be. I really don't want to have regrets. So it's like the first thing is like, are you comfortable with that idea of like going through all of that time, not taking the first step, and then living with regrets? And if you're not, then all you really have to do is take that first step and be exposed to that, to that, to actually make it to where you want to be.
I think if you don't like where you are right now, then you should definitely just take the leap, right?
No, genuinely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
we're
it's
like,
always about,
yeah,
yeah.
like you, like, and a lot of people think about these kind of investments and these kind of things like as a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
They a lot
We
of
did
people,
too.
yeah, we did too, yeah. But I
We're
mean,
so
we did
fortunate,
too. But
yeah.
I think like going back, it was really more about like the opportunity that came with it, right? It's like, you know, you could think about it worst case scenario all you want, like, why won't this work? What are the chances it won't work? But like, there is always a chance that it won't work. Like, it's never like fully guaranteed, but you know,
Refund guarantees?
yeah, I mean, it's never like, you know, it's really dependent on you, right? Like with anything like this, like your program, anyone else's program, whatever the case may be, it's dependent on what you put into it. Like, you're getting the tools and you're getting whatever it is you need to succeed. And like going into it with like a worst case scenario attitude, like, I mean, yeah, even we were thinking like, you know, we could lose this money, we could do that, but at the end of the day, we put in the 5K, and it was like over the 90 days, like, you know, we genuinely believe that we would make that back,
Price
right?
increase? Yeah, prices increase.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we put in that money, and we kind of looked at it at the end of like the call and discussing it, like we can get to a certain point with that investment.
Yeah.
I mean, like ads went up, and then the next 10, 15 days we made that all back.
Yeah, no, we made more than that back. Yeah, it's all about like the mindset. We didn't like we were so focused on the what if situation, like what if this doesn't work. We were so we were expecting the refund.
No, I feel like we didn't have confidence in ourselves. Like how you were talking about, like you felt like you wouldn't be able to, sell it yourself. Yeah. You thought it was possible, but for other people, I feel like we just didn't have that confidence in ourselves. But I definitely think if you don't like where you're at right now, and if you're shown like a system, and because we did believe in the system. Yeah. We believed in the system. I feel like we just didn't believe in ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest decision was like the biggest change for us was our mindset. Like once we started focusing on ourselves, oh wait, we can do this. Like like we've done it, and it's like that changed our entire mindset. And like my advice for anyone who's like on the fence or even like thinking about refunds is don't even think about it like that. It's like all about the mindset. Anyone can do this, right? It's all about putting your mind to it, committing to a system, and committing to the work, right? It's not. Of course, you can be like there's two different types of people. You can go through the system, go through the program, and you can be uncommitted, not doing anything. And of course, you want to see results.
Yeah. But I feel like 100%. It's like I have a friend that always says it's like there's a familiar hell and like an unfamiliar heaven, right? And it's like where you are right now is like this is where you're used to,
Exactly.
Either it's like the self-sabotaging, or it's like working in the job that you hate, or it's like just not like you're just used to not betting on yourself, and you have to like just somehow get out of that zone to finally like take a leap,
Yeah.
Like, I think it's. What do you think? Even like in the calls that you guys take with prospects, right? What do you think actually gets them across the line? Me personally, I think it's like pain. Like, I think once you really realize like this is what it's gonna be forever, unless I make a change, it's like then any change is justified,
Yeah, for sure. Like even like okay, we could say that it's really dependent on like our sales process and the personalized plans we make for people and all that stuff. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like even people that we don't do that for, that come in organically or whatever the case may be, like they still come through with the program because it really based off of where they were at and decisions they've made in the past that didn't lead them to where they wanted to be in the future, and now they're ended up at this point, and we're giving them a way to get to that point in the future, right? With something that's actually proven and something that really does work. And I think that is like the biggest thing, right? Like it is the pain, but it's also the idea of not getting where you want to be in the future.
Exactly.
Is what really drives them across the line. Because at the end of the day, when people look at it, it's like if you don't get to that target score, if you don't get to that college that you really want to, if you don't get to that dream outcome, that's what really gets them across the line. It's not like the hours of tutoring. It's not like the number of questions we have. It's really about the outcome that they're looking to get, and that comes from they weren't able to get there with the decisions they made in the past.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people also too think like sales is like scamming, Like I'm doing something bad. Like I'm doing something like dirty,
No, definitely.
How do you feel about that? Like from back then to like now?
Yeah.
I feel like back then, I mean, we did like
I'm
we were just starting out. Like December ads went up like 10, 15 days in. Like to be honest, we signed like 4 or 5 clients in like a week. Like the first 15 days of ads being up, and we didn't have tutors. We were like, remember that?
Yeah, we were selling them for like a start date or something. Yeah. But no, even before that, like
for the group, I think. For a group, right?
Yeah, we were gonna do a group, and then we were just like, we don't even have tutors.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, I feel like at that point, yeah, you're right. Like we were like, we were signing these people.
We don't have tutors. I don't know like what we were doing, but
no, I mean, it worked out.
As you keep going and as you keep kind of just signing more clients and stuff, you actually start to believe in your system more as well. And once you start getting like texts from families and parents like, oh, thank you so much, like this is actually finally something that's working for our kid and they actually enjoy it, or we hear back from the tutors saying the kids are actually improving well and they're dedicated, even kids that weren't paying attention in class or something like that, now they're actually focused and motivated in their schoolwork and SAT. It's kind of like it makes us happy, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, for sure. We also like at a certain point, like when we start compared to now, like we have so much conviction in our own product and our own program that when you say sales is like a little bit scammy. It's like, at the point we're at now where we have the sales and marketing in place to actually be able to get clients. It's like we were able to focus so much on the program itself that we're helping them make the best decision, right? Like I truly believe like going with our program over any of the big name companies is going to be the best decision that they could make. And like, obviously when we first started, that may have not been the case. When we were signing our first student, maybe we didn't have the best program, but I feel like without signing those students, there's no way to actually get to that point where you actually could create a good program, 100%. Right? Like even for you, like you probably signed your first client and you weren't fully you weren't fully like set on like,
I never ran an ad before.
Exactly.
But
right?
Going back to that, like, I think what it is really is like, you have to have the mindset that like, I am the type of person that will figure this out,
Yeah.
Like that's what it really boils down to. Like I'm the type of person, because there's no way to say like what the stresses will be at 200K per month or 500 or $1 million a month, or if you want to exit or whatever it is down the line. There's no way to say like what those stresses or what those questions will be. But it's like, it's the mindset of I'm the type of person that will figure this out, and like I genuinely care about the client, and I will do my best like to take care of them,
Exactly.
And then I feel like you move mountains for your clients then.
I mean it's very different when you think about like collecting a quick buck here and there versus actually like setting someone's future up.
Yeah.
Right. Setting them up for success. And that's why we care like so much about their fulfillment and about our program. Fulfillment is me. I care so much about it because I genuinely want them to do good. It's not like we want them to do bad, right? At a certain point, it's not even about the money. It's about building such a good connection.
Starting out, we were like really focused on the money and we were excited. Like every time we like see the notification of like new payment coming in, like, our eyes would light up and we'd go crazy. But now it's like, it's a lot more mellow, and it's like I actually do care about the kids and how they're doing, and it's like, we just had our first SAT and we're checking in with the parents. But yeah, I feel like your mindset also does shift away from the money and just to kind of towards the future and really like the business and the brand.
Yeah, I feel like at a certain point, like where we're at, and even just taking that first leap, you realize the money will come with what you're doing, but at the end of the day, it's like, how big can you grow this to actually get as many people to that goal as possible, right? Exactly. And I feel like, back then it's like every close made the biggest difference to us, but now it's like every target score hit and every like happy parent, it actually...
I feel like we're way more happy when a parent is satisfied than when we get a sale.
Yeah, and that wasn't the way we were before, but it's like now, like when a parent is really, really satisfied, really happy with the way like, their kid is going through the sessions, and it's like, they had a mindset shift, and like some of these parents really do care. They all really care a lot. And actually seeing their kid actually be able to succeed and even have that mindset change and fixing those issues they had, it does make a very, very big difference. Like I think for anything, no matter what you're selling or no matter what no matter what service you're offering, like being able to give them that out to like whatever it is they were facing and actually get them to that point, it matters a lot more just than the money you're collecting. Because at the end of the day, like with what you're doing, that money will come, right? Like I feel like no matter what we're doing, like we're going to grow it to a point where the money will come. So it's not as much of a concern. Now, obviously when we were at like $500, $1,000 a month, that was our main focus. Cause like we weren't even opened up to that idea of like being able to help anyone or being able to collect the money. But now that we've hit a certain point and we know exactly what to do, it really does boil down to like, how much can we grow this and the outcomes that we're giving these people that are joining our program.
Yeah. For me, it was like, I was relating to usually the students, like the parents sometimes they would like see their student get horrible scores and they would just think the child's a lost cause, right? They'll be like, oh, it's a disappointment. We've actually heard someone's called their kid a disgrace for that score, right?
Yeah, crazy. On the demo call.
On the demo, like
right
in front of the kid.
In front of the kid.
Right in front of the kid, like.
And you could see the wife like visibly like just
disgusted.
Both of them like don't like the husband.
No, but like the main point is like now it's like we open even the parents' eyes. Oh, this kid has
potential.
Has potential and is going to do good on the SAT and is not going to be a failure in life. Like that's and that to me is like fulfilling itself, right?
A lot of people think like even I used to think this way when, before we were running our own business or I was in the business world. I thought like, when business owners were talking about the customer happiness and customer success, like I thought they were there's no way they really care about all that. They're just like focused on the money. But now being in this chair, like it actually does, like I actually do care about that a lot. Like that's something I didn't even expect for myself. Like starting out, like it was just like we were focused on the money. 10K a month, like that was crazy. And then now it's like every happy client's like a new day.
Joy, a new joy there.
I think it's almost like kind of like surreal in a way. And I feel like also too, everyone goes through that. Like in the beginning, it's like you just need the money because realistically, you can't help anyone like I feel a big trap that a lot of people fall into is like they want to perfect their product, but they don't have any clients, you know. And it's like you have to get the clients first, and then you have the resources to work on your product and to do everything else and build your systems, right? Like you're building systems for people that you don't even have yet, right? But it's so true. Like clients like you guys, like some of my other clients who came in, like Max and stuff, whatever, like basically similar position where like they're tutoring on their own, had no systems, whatever it is. And then it's like just seeing the progression, you know? And like just even like seeing like the conversations we were having back then versus like the conversations that we have now, and as far as like what we want to do, I feel like that's like super, super rewarding, you know? And like you never really can like, I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say you can never like if you're working a job, it's like, okay, you don't necessarily own your project from start to finish, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the good thing about this, or like what I like, is that at the end of the day, it's just you know, like you own the bad parts, and you also own the good parts, and you own like the entire thing, you know.
That's like Studycore's a kid.
Yeah, like we genuinely like care about it. Like everything that happens, like we're all involved in it, and it's like we're growing a baby. Yeah.
No, yeah.
What's been like, okay, obviously not everything is all sunshine and rainbows. What has been the hardest part, like thus far?
Probably fulfillment.
I mean, especially starting off, it's like we didn't have any fulfillment process in place. But then, since we got those sales, since we had like some cash collected, some money to play around with, then we started like focusing on fulfillment, focusing on getting the client an actual score. Because before it was just like, oh yeah, we're selling the dream, but we can't help them with the dream. Like we didn't have anything, like no set process on our end.
Yeah.
But first, you were so worried about clients. Like I want to go close this deal, and then you know, like we honestly like didn't even expect we were gonna do so well. Like even like the first month, we were like so many new clients. Like we couldn't handle it. You know what I mean? And it was a little bit stressful. Like especially me and Neil being in school, he was in college. Like we'd literally like sneak our phones and stuff.
Yeah,
sneak our phones during fulfillment.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the hardest part for me is like the fact that especially when you're starting off, like not every student is going to get that outcome that they expected to get with your program. And that's just like a part of it. Like, it's not like we have 100% success rate. And it's like the hardest part is dealing with that. Like, you know, sometimes people will come back and they really trusted like our program to get them to that target score. And like, you know, the one out of however many students that don't get it, it's like the hardest part is actually dealing with that. Right. But it's like, you know, even then, all you can really do is set them up best for the future. So no matter like what happened in the past or whatever they didn't get, it's like it is hard to deal with that, but it's like the best thing you could do next is really just be straight with them, right? And like, you know, obviously it didn't work out, but like this is what we can do to get them to wherever they want to be in the future. I think that was the hardest part for me. Where now I'm able to deal with it, but like in the past it was pretty challenging having to deal with those type of experiences.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like not everyone can like. Every single person cannot get the result, you know? But it's like, what do you have in place to guarantee or whatever it is to like remedy that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
but
what we
notice
is like, it honestly comes down to the student. If the student is willing to put in the hours, like we can provide a commitment, the tutors, the actual structure, the platform, whatever it is, right? But it comes down to the student. Yeah. Like, if you're gonna put
down to, again, being invested in yourself.
Exactly.
You know?
Like no matter if it's SAT tutoring or like starting your own business, it comes down to the person behind it, right? Yeah. Like believing that you can do it and even seeing the like vision.
Yeah, I think if you start things like with the end in mind, or like the like
goal.
Yeah, you want to start it with the benefits, like the upside. You started with the end. It's like then you kind of fall into like some of your old habits.
Yeah.
But, I guess like what's you know, for someone watching this, right? What's one thing, last piece of like advice or parting words you would give them, you know, about us, the whole process, like even just like the mindset, like what's one piece of advice you would give them? Let's say they're where you were like 3 months ago, you know, and they're skeptical, they don't know if it can work, they don't know if they can do it. Like, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I think I would probably tell them to, you know, whatever opportunity, like I think at the end of the day, like a lot of people say it is luck. And like we talk about this a lot too. It is luck, but it's like you're doing whatever you can to put yourself in the best situations to be lucky, right? Like you could be lucky 1 out of 100 times, or you could be lucky 20 out of 100 times, right? And it's like being open-minded to put yourself in those situations where opportunity presents yourself is the biggest thing, right? And like sometimes things won't go your way. But it's what can you do to put yourself in those positions where things will go your way, and you know luck will hit you. And I think that's the most important thing, right? Like a lot of people see it as not possible. A lot of people see it as like too big of a jump to make. But at the end of the day, if you don't make the jump versus you do make the jump, what are the chances that you'll actually get to that outcome, right?
Yeah,
and I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like stacking as many chips in your favor as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait.
He's
I gotta
thinking.
think about this
He's
one.
thinking.
This is a hard question.
Do you have one you can go
I mean, I was just going to keep it simple. Like Neil kind of touched base on everything. Like he's right. No, no, he is right. Like you have to set yourself up for success. You have to believe in yourself. It's not like what the mistake we did was we really believed in the refund, right? We shouldn't have even been thinking about that because we believed in that we can do it, and once we put our mindset to it, it took off, right?
So that just kind of goes to show, like, we were, like, 3 months ago, we were in the same places where you guys are probably at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just frustrated. No, like, we were just, like, we weren't even thinking about 80K months. Imagine that. You know what I mean? Like, it was, like, a dream to us.
Yeah.
Right? Not even a dream. We weren't even thinking about it.
Pipe dream.
Yeah. Like,
no, it really was like a fever dream. But, like, now that, like, you know, you actually go through it. And I think for anyone else that's watching, they probably had almost every single doubt that we had, every single piece of skepticism that we had. But at the end of the day, like, making that jump, as I said, putting yourself in a situation where you're most likely to succeed will help you as much as possible to succeed, right? And it's not like anything you do is going to guarantee you to that point, right? Like, anyone can say, like, you do this, you'll get there, but that's not true. It's what can you do to actually put yourself in those situations. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, we had all of these doubts that anyone who's watching probably has, but we made the decision to actually go through with it because we had an idea of where we wanted to be, and we knew we had to make the jump to actually get there, right? Like, we could have overthought ourselves into it. We could have gone and searched up every single other person that probably offers the same thing you do, every other system that would help us get leads. But at the end of the day, were we doing that before we met you? No. So, you know, we probably weren't going to do that after either. We just had to make the jump and actually begin, right?
Yeah, I always think, like, someone has done it with, like, less than you, you know? Like, someone has done it with less experience, less resources, in a different country. So it's like, you can always say, like, people would say you guys are too young, you know? Or other clients would say, like, they're too old. Or other people would say, like, they don't have enough money.
Or whatever it is, but it's like anyone can do it if they just apply themselves to it. Yeah. So
Yeah, sure. If I had one piece of like parting advice, what I would say is, you know, to people who have taken that leap and, you know, are trying it, there are stuff that's going to come up. And I feel like kind of getting in your head and overthinking stuff is going to really like kill you at some time. And you just kind of have to believe in yourself and believe in the system, believe in the people around you, and kind of believe in the mentors as well. Like, you are going to be good. And, you know, if you are putting in the work consistently, you know, showing up every day, you are going to see the results eventually.
but to go somewhere you've ever gone is to use anything you've ever done, right? Yeah. So